smile.
Do 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 do. Welcome to the Nerdy 30s, the podcast that proves you don't have to give up the things you love at a certain age. I'm Travis Harrison.
I'm Erin Naoma.
And we are just throwing together a quick podcast. Well, it's probably going to be about an hour.
It's going to be long and drawn out. And you're going to be like, this is the best thing I ever heard.
Video games.
Video games. And particularly, we're going to be talking about Skyrim and Dragon Age.
Yeah, just those medieval type games where you get to do open world stuff.
Yeah.
And sexy times and murder.
Murder.
Yes.
Who doesn't like a good thing of murder?
Because murder, as you know, is like a can of Pringles. Once you pop, you can't stop. You just keep going.
Speaking of continuously murdering, when I played Skyrim, I went on to the Assassin's Guild, and I decided that it would be really fun to go to Falkreath, or whatever it's called, and murder every single guard in the city. I murdered so many guards that my bounty went away. There were no guards left.
Were there guards the next time you went to the city?
Yes. But everyone was like, get out of here!
Please leave me alone!
I pretty much screwed myself for that city because I then had, like, things I had to go do there. I had quests to go to Falkreath for. So I was like, dang it. But we started playing it again just a few days ago, maybe a week ago. We started playing it again, and I went to Falkreath, and I walked to the spot where I murdered everyone, and I said, This is the spot.
And people were like, what?
I don't understand what you mean. I murdered everyone. It was amazing.
Yeah. See, my tactics for playing Skyrim is much different. Because I kill them with kindness. Too much kindness.
Oh.
With my mouth and private parts. Because I downloaded the naughty patches from the mods online, and I had a lot
look at
of
those
fun.
filthy bits.
I did. They did big floppy penises everywhere. I had boyfriends in every city, and
How
a
many?
husband. Too many to count.
Really?
Like really, like I was the living manifestation of the catchphrase. I have a crush on every boy.
That's awesome.
It didn't matter. Like, they were all my boyfriends.
You're like, I love all the boys. Mm-hmm. And all the boys love me.
Yeah.
You're like LL Cool J. But it was men.
Like, I was just telling her about it. I was practically a Mary Sue in Skyrim because I joined everything. They were like, hey, you want to be an assassin? Yes. What about a thief? Yes. What about a vampire and a werewolf? Yes.
Can you be a vampire and a werewolf? I didn't think you could.
But I was a werewolf for a while, and then the vampires are like, hey, do you want to be a vampire? I'm like, yes. So, like, you can go from being a werewolf to a vampire, because...
You can't go from vampire to werewolf.
You can choose to go back, too.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I was a vampire for a really long time because I got bit. And I had no idea that there was actually, like, a vampire castle. If I had known this, I would have hung out there. You're like, what's up, bro?
It's in the expansion. Have you?
No, I don't have the expansion.
It's in the Dawnguard expansion, where that's the storyline where there's vampires, and then there's these knights that fight vampires.
Cool.
And so you get to choose which side you can be on.
Vampire?
Yeah, I picked vampires too, because you get to live in the vampire castle, but they're like all evil vampires, except for like there's a vampire princess that you get in your party.
Is she hot?
Serana, yeah. She's boobalicious.
Boobalicious. My body.
You very much save her. Like it's kind of like a Queen of the Damned thing. Like you save her from like this carbonite thing. Like she comes out of this ancient tomb. And,
cool.
But she's like very aware. Like she's still kind of a modern. I say that with quotes because how modern can you be in the medieval Skyrim?
True.
But she's not like so old that she's out of touch. She's just But she's a vampire mage princess, and like when the vampire king betrays you, she helps you take him down. It's really cool.
I want to play this. I gotta get the expansion.
You got to. You got to get all the expansions.
Because I like playing a vampire. I got really annoyed because all the other vampires still attacked me when I was a vampire. And anytime I would go into a town, they'd be like, "Get out of here!" Because they knew I was a vampire.
Yeah, they'll still do that. They'll be like, "Leave!" Or like the women around
You're
be
not
like,
wanted here!
"Leave me alone!
Don't bite me! I'm covering my neck!"
Yeah, and then you have to, like, feed every couple of days.
You know what I would like? Is if they gave you the power to hypnotize them.
You do have the power.
When? When does this happen?
Like, I think the Dawnguard's
Oh, it's in that.
expansion.
Okay.
Of course, I had the sex mod, and I had my speech up all the way, like I was smooth, like I was a smooth criminal.
Smooth operator.
So, like, I would just be like, "Hey, guys, let's go have sex in this dark alley," and they'd be like, "Okay," and they would follow me, and then
So you could actually say it to them with the mods?
Well, you don't say it out loud, but, like, you have, like, speech choices, and you could be like, "Hey, you're looking good there," like.
What?
Yeah, and you can seduce them, and they'll follow you to do the business, and like it's full, like it's pornographic. You see it.
What?
But yeah, but anyway, like I would just seduce people and then use them as food because I was a vampire.
Hold up. Are you telling me that if I played Dragon Age on my PC,
they probably have mods for it too.
The original one, do you think that there could be Ghibli bits of Alistair?
I mean, if it's PC, people online mod everything. Like you can get dirty mods for Skyrim. You can do it for The Sims. So I'm sure they've done it for Dragon Age because that's a big series.
That sounds so filthy.
Yeah.
Is that why they just started putting it in the actual game? I bet that's why.
Well,
because in the latest game, Inquisition, I mean, you see naughty bits. You do see naughty bits.
They might. I don't know.
Wait, how long does the mod last? Like until
you decide to uninstall it?
No. I mean like them doing it.
Oh, it's like timed. It's like you can do it for a couple minutes, or you could be like, "I'm bored," just press the button and like just fast forward. It's fun. You can change position. Like there's different buttons you can press to change positions. It's hilarious.
I want to play with this. I'm not even kidding.
It's dirty and awful, but it's fun.
It sounds disgustingly great.
It's fun. There's an option.
I would get that Brynjolf.
Yeah. On the Skyrim one, there's an option to turn on for, like, not just you to do the naughty, but, like, for just random NPCs to just start having sex.
What?
And it's so funny because, like, you'll be walking through town, and then all of a sudden you'll just hear moaning, and then you'll look over and somebody's just having sex behind, like, a cart. And you're just like, what?
What's happening now?
Or, like, people, like...
Do the guards ever walk by like, oh...
Yeah, they stare.
Dragon?
They stare and they'll, like, nod their head and then they'll walk away. Or, like, you'll be in the middle of...
Nice night.
Let me guess.
Someone stole your sweet roll.
Yes, they did. You got an arrow in the knee? Me too.
Me
But, like, or, like, you'll be in the middle of a fight and, like, then all of a sudden they'll just drop what they're doing and run off to have sex.
What?
It's so funny.
I need to find this.
It's hilarious.
I would play this. Like, that sounds hilarious.
It's hilarious.
Crap, I have to do it now. And I have to find out if you can Ghibli bit Alistair. Because that's very important to me.
You probably could.
Because Alistair on Dragon Age, the original one, Dragon Age Origins, he took his own life to save me. And I'd like to see those Ghibli bits.
Yeah, there's some great mods. I was telling her about you can turn the dragons into Thomas the Tank Engine.
Now that I would totally do. I'm not even kidding. Like that's
like
funny.
you could turn I've seen like them turn them into like anime characters, like they're just flying.
Yeah.
Like with their big eyes.
I mean, I could totally see like. I would like want them to change to like Sesame Street characters or like the Muppets. The Muppets would be great. Like the vampires could all be Kermit, and every time they come by, they go. Oh!
All the
it's like Kermit flailing his
all the bar
arms.
maidens are like Janice.
That would be amazing.
Hey man, come get some drinks, man.
You want a treat? Oh, us a little bit of that.
Yes.
That's so ridiculous. My favorite thing about Skyrim is that there's only like one voice actor.
Yeah,
there's everyone.
Yeah, well, there's at least two. There's a male and a female.
At least two.
That's it.
It's very funny because like I'll walk into a place and I'm like, I know that voice. I just talked to you 5 minutes ago.
It's the same voice for every person.
Exactly. I enjoy it.
It just makes it really hard to like fall in love with different characters because like they're the same.
They are. That's why I like Brynroth so much, or Brynjolf, or whatever, the Thieves Guild Master. Mm-hmm. I would have dated that guy, but they don't let you date him in the PlayStation version. They don't let you date him. They don't let you marry him. Nothing. And, like, he was one of the better characters, as long as you do the missions right. Mitch actually did one of the Thieves Guild missions for me when I didn't know. And it was the one where you burn the beehives. And he burned all the beehives. And I came down. This was, like, hours after he had done it. And I was like, you didn't burn all the beehives, right? After he told me that he had done it. And he was like, yeah. Is that bad? I was like, you're only supposed to burn 3. Brynjolf is gonna hate me. That was the only thing I was worried about. Not that I screwed up the mission, but that Brynjolf wouldn't accept me and love me.
See, I was always a basic bitch with Skyrim, and I, like everybody else, married Farkas the first time.
Farkas.
Because he's such a sweetheart. He's so stupid. He's so dumb, and but he's buff and he's sweet, and
See, I didn't date him,
and he's he always wants to take care of you and his friends, and I'm just like, oh,
sweet little Farkas.
And of course, like I modded him to make him even more attractive. Mm-hmm. So like I got a mod like where he had like a shaved head and like this awesome like war paint on his face,
la la.
And like sick abs. He was awesome.
I dated a girl. Like, I married the girl that you find in a hut somewhere that's really sick, and you have to go tell her dad that she's sick. I married that girl.
You married?
I just married some random person I found in the woods.
She's dying. I have to fulfill her.
I must make her feel loved until she dies.
And she doesn't die.
It actually happened. Like, there's several different games that I've actually done that on. Mass Effect, I date Thane, who, he's gonna die soon, because, he's got that really bad water disease. Mm-hmm. So, I guess I like him sick.
See, Andy always dates Caden. He's obsessed with him.
Yeah, I like Caden.
Andy loves him.
Why?
I don't know, because he's attracted to him.
That's okay.
That's my boyfriend, he plays Mass Effect. I haven't played, but I've watched him play them, so I know everything.
I try like 50 times to start dating Garrus, but it'll be like halfway into me dating Garrus, and I'm like, Thane. And so I immediately start dating Thane again. I'm like, see ya.
That's my problem with these games, too, is I can't make a choice. I'm like, what's her name? Annie from Oklahoma. I'm just a girl who can't say no. I'm in a terrible fit.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's me.
See, mine is I always pick the same one. So, like, I tried to pick someone else and go with Garrus, but I couldn't. I had to go back to Thane because Thane's my man. This little lizard man with his big black eyes, and I just want to hug him.
He's the one that looks like a grasshopper.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because I remember watching him die, and he was like, ooh.
I was mad when he died. Like, super mad. Because he shouldn't have. I'm sorry. He shouldn't have.
Have you played the new one, Andromeda?
I have not played Andromeda. I've heard bad things about it.
It's not
so
bad. It's just not up to par with the other ones.
No.
And I think it's probably because, like, it's a new story. It's new people.
Yeah.
Plus, who is it? BioWare behind them? Mm-hmm. Plus, BioWare is going through some shit behind the scenes.
Yes, they are.
So they've ruined everything with Mass Effect, so they're not going to be updating the game anymore anyway.
It's terrible to me because most of my favorite games are by BioWare.
Yeah.
And, like, they've lost, their writers. They've lost pretty much everything. They got bought out by some other company. I don't remember who it was that bought them. But EA, is that correct?
I'm not sure.
I think it's something like that. And pretty much lost all the good guys.
Yeah.
It's really disappointing.
Mass Effect's kind of done.
Yeah, they're working on a new Dragon Age, but I'm worried that they're going to completely ruin it. Because Inquisition was amazing. I loved Dragon Age Inquisition. I played that thing like 6 times. Not even kidding.
I think that's the problem they had with Mass Effect was everybody was like, oh, 3 is amazing. And then the other one came out and they're like, let's go play 3 again.
I think that's probably accurate. Yeah.
So they probably will run into the same problem with Dragon Age, where everyone was like, Inquisition's amazing. What's this?
I hope that they take their time with it and get their bugs worked out first before they even consider releasing anything. Because I'm okay with waiting a while they get their crap together.
That's the problem I have with video games these days, though, is because now with the way they do things, they release games that aren't finished on purpose.
Exactly.
Because they know that if something's really annoying you, or if you want to finish a certain storyline, you'll pay them an extra $15 in a few months for a DLC about it. And that's so shitty.
It really is. Well, the actual ending of Inquisition is download content. It is. The whole ending with... Well, spoiler. The whole ending with Solus. I mean, all of that is download content. And I will be honest with you, though, I did love it.
I mean, it's okay if you love it. I think it's just stupid and shitty.
It is dumb that you have to
annoying.
pay more. Because, I mean, buying video games is expensive.
You're already
anyway.
paying $60, $70 for a game. It should be completed.
Right, I agree with you.
That's a lot of money.
Right.
There's no reason why it shouldn't be completed. It just kind of makes me miss the old days where, like, if you wanted extra content, you just got a cheat code for it. Like,
exactly.
It was already in the game.
Right.
So...
It's one of those things where, like, you're playing the video game... And this is something else that I've noticed. When you're playing the video games now that come out that are very open world, like the 2 we're talking about, there's so many bugs...
Yeah.
That completely mess up your gameplay. And I don't know about you, but I get really frustrated when I'm in the middle of something that is important to me in the game and the game locks up. Like, I get annoyed. Or you're in the middle of a quest and the person that you're looking for the quest isn't there.
Oh, yeah.
Or they don't have the item that you're supposed to have. Yeah.
Or, like, their speech bubble won't
Right,
show up.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then, so they have to do all these downloads every time that you go to turn your game on, just because they had to do different things to fix those bugs. And it's like, if you just took your time with it, and you fixed those things before you put it out there for people to buy...
Yeah.
People would be a lot happier with your game. You know?
Yeah.
Because it's the reason they fix them in the first place is because people complain about it.
People complain about it. It's just, it's annoying. And I know it's all about money. Oh, we have to make this deadline. Oh, we have to get this much money into people. And it's so stupid.
It is.
It's just, the entertainment industry in general is annoying. Like even... This is going off slightly on a tangent, but it's related. Like, do you know, like, the Dark Universe they were trying to do? Like, with the Okay, so Universal Studios, you know, they own all the monster movies.
Yeah.
Like, so they're going to do reboots of all of the monster movies.
King Kong and all that.
Well, not King Kong, but, like Dracula and Frankenstein.
Oh,
and
I hadn't heard about this.
Well, you know, cinematic universes are, like, a big thing these days with Marvel. So they wanted to have their own cinematic universe. So they were going to try making all these monster movies, putting them together. And they started with the remake of The Mummy, starring Tom Cruise. And it was just so bad and so disastrous.
Well, I actually thought that it was going to be the one that had Brendan Fraser in it.
No.
Because that's where I went. They named it the same, so I was like...
But no, they made this new one, like... serious, and plus it was Tom Cruise, so everything had to cater to him anyway.
Of course.
Because
he's Tom Cruise.
But, like, apparently it was just so bad, and, like, they were trying to shove, like, ideas that they were going to build off into other movies, into this one movie, so much that it didn't...
Took away from it.
It took away from it, and it didn't mesh. And so, like, they were trying to force, like, a big thing to happen out of this small thing, and it's kind of like...
Well, if they wanted to do that, why didn't they just write a movie where all of the monsters lived in the same universe?
Well, yeah.
Instead of doing separate movies.
What they should have done is...
A television show.
Well, what they should have done is, you know, they're trying to copy Marvel anyway.
Right.
So what Marvel did when they first started doing it is they just did a couple movies that were standalone, by themselves.
Right.
They didn't mention any of the other characters. They wanted to see how they were going to do first. And
Right.
then they started building the crossovers. So they should have just made The Mummy by itself, cast somebody else.
Yeah.
And then see what happened. And then if it was popular, they'd just be like, okay, let's build off of that. And going back to video games, like, I feel like you need to put forth a product that is finished and that you're proud of before you start making big plans or whatever. Mm-hmm. Just put something out that's completed in quality first.
Yeah. Well, I don't even think that they test it for bugs before they put it out. I think that's what I've heard. And I think that's kind of ridiculous. Because I remember the first time I tried playing Skyrim when it first came out, anytime that I went into the water, the game would completely lock up and I couldn't do anything, and I was like... So I had to go all these weird routes to get anywhere where I would go up a mountain. And I'd get attacked by bears and stuff while I was trying to go up the stinking mountain when I could just go over this... If I could just go over this tiny little stream that's not even like 2 foot wide, if I could just go over it, it would have been so much easier.
Yeah, no, people are impatient. Well, I mentioned earlier... just in conversation, not on here, but I occasionally play Final Fantasy XIV, which is one of the online versions of Final Fantasy. Mm-hmm. When they first released it, back in, like, 2010, it was a disaster. Like, it was a terrible game.
Yeah.
Nobody liked it. So they had to shut it down for, like, a year, and they completely rebuilt it and, like, turned it into a new game called Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn.
Yeah.
But, like... They had such a bad time with the original one that I guess they kind of underestimated that people were going to be interested in the new game. So, like, I was there at launch, and when they first started, like, so many people were trying to get online that the missions, like, wouldn't load, and, like, people were getting kicked off.
Oh, crap.
The limit to how many people could be online was being reached immediately. So, and it was so bad that people were just staying logged on, like, when they went to work and stuff, so they could be there. So they had to install like a limit of time that you could be online. Idle.
Oh, wow.
Like if you're idle for 30 minutes, you're gone. It was just really bad. It was the buggiest release I had ever seen on anything. And I was like, this is insane. And I was like, you know, at least they learned their lesson. Because they came out with an expansion, and that was fine.
Yeah.
But then this last expansion, it was the same problems. And I was like, you guys...
That sounds like what happened.
Why don't you learn from your lesson?
Exactly. That sounds like what happened at that live Pokemon event they just had. There were too many people logging in, and the entire network crashed.
Was it like an actual Pokemon game, or was it Pokemon Go?
It was Pokemon Go.
Okay. It
was this huge Pokemon Go thing that they were doing. I guess they didn't expect as many people to be wanting to do it. But I guess they were at some sort of convention type thing, and when the network went down, all the people started booing and like throwing things, and it was a nasty scene.
Pokemon Go's servers have always been kind of crappy, though.
Yeah, they have.
Because like I just like everybody else, like I tried it out when it came out.
Yeah,
and it was
too.
like every other minute, it was like, oh, server problems, we're kicking you out. I was like, okay.
My favorite thing was when it would tell me there was a Pokemon really close by. Well, I didn't understand what was happening when we first started playing it. I thought if those little leaves like were rustling by me, I thought that meant there was a Pokemon. Yeah. So I'd be like, there's a Pokemon nearby. So I'd follow the leaves, trying to find where the leaves were rustling. That's not how it works. I know now, because my dad plays it 24/7. But at that time, I remember I was like, I just need to get closer to these people's house. And if I'm really close to it, I'll be able to catch that Pokemon in the leaves. Because, you know, in the actual video game, the leaves and not the leaves, but the grass will shake, and you'll go to the grass, and then a Pokemon pops out. So I thought that's how it was. It wasn't that they just appeared. No, I was completely wrong. And I was, like, up on people's porches, and I was like, why isn't this working?
I think a lot of
Why
people
can't
were
I catch
until
my
they...
Pokemon?
I think a lot of people were until they figured out how the game worked. And they were like, oh, I just have to be slightly close to it.
Yeah, I felt really stupid. I was like, there's Pokemons in these people's living room, I guess. So I kept, like, leaving. But it was literally just the effects that they had of, like, the leaves moving. Mm. I felt really dumb. I felt so dumb.
Yeah. I've thought about playing it again, but then I was like,
My dad plays it so much that my mom gets mad at him because he doesn't come home from work on time. So
I will say, when the game first came out and I was like trying to get into it, I drove like to downtown, the town that I lived in. And it was the middle of the night because I just gotten off of work, and like I was like in my car, like just like, oh, there's a Pokemon nearby, I'm gonna get it. Yeah. And then I got pulled over by a cop who's like, what are you doing?
My dad had that too.
And then like he asked me a bunch of questions, and he was like, okay, son, I was just making sure you weren't like a rapist or something because you were just like creeping out here. And I was like, I was just trying to catch this Pokemon.
Dang. My dad has had the cops called on him twice. 2 times. The first time, well, he goes to this little church that's like across the way from them. So he's always going into the little church, and there's like big Pokestops there. There's at least 6 that you can go to.
Yeah, for some reason, like churches are Pokestops.
Yeah, they are.
I don't know why. Like Jesus loves Pokemon, I guess.
Jesus does love Pokemon. But it was just so funny because like he was going through there in the church, and then he came back out of the church, and there's a little chapel for people to get married in across the way. So he turns and he starts going into that little chapel, spinning around in the circle that's there. He's just having a good old time. Starts to drive home, and all of a sudden he sees lights following him. And he's like, what? Somebody had called the cops on my dad because they thought he was following them. Some woman thought he was following them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the cop followed my dad home because it's my dad, and he was probably playing Pokemon the whole time, and he didn't notice the cop was there, so he's just like, and then he notices the lights behind him at his house. It was pretty great. Yep. And my mom was like, what happened, Steve? What happened? She thought that he got hurt or something. No. And he's like, no, I got busted playing Pokemon. And then the second time, he went to that church again. And something about that church. He went to that church again, and he's, like, driving really slow. And he's, like, looking down at his phone, fiddling with it. And he moves up a little bit more. He's looking down at his phone, fiddling with it. And my dad... It's the middle of the night, and my dad doesn't realize that there is a troop of little kids over there with one of their scoutmasters walking through the woods. And the scoutmaster's like, oh, F, this guy's being a perv to these kids. So, again... The cops are called on my dad, and the cops come and stop him and are like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm just playing Pokemon. So he like shows him. So Mitch and I, for his birthday, got him a Pokemon hat. Valor, because he's Team Valor. So we got him a Valor Pokemon hat so that when he goes on raids or he goes Pokemon hunting, he can just be like, I'm just playing Pokemon and
which one is Valor the red one?
Yeah, Valor's the red one.
Yeah, I'm Valor. Okay.
Hey! You and my dad would play.
I think. It's been a long time since I've logged into Pokemon Go, but I think I remember being red.
I don't remember what I was.
I remember having to sign up in the Walmart parking lot. And I was like, I don't know, this leader looks cool.
You're like, cool.
Valor. And I was like, oh, the fire department across the street is a gym.
You and my dad could have been Pokemon friends. He is constantly asking anyone in the family to start playing Pokemon because he wants them to play Pokemon with him. Constantly. He's like, you know, you should really start playing Pokemon with me because I like playing Pokemon and it'd be a great way for us to go hang out together.
Aww.
Well, one time, we went to the Fraser when they had the Hunger Games stuff. And my dad was with me, and it took us probably twice as long to get to the Fraser because he would not stop getting Pokemon. But anyway, so we go to the Hunger Games stuff. He doesn't have his phone out the whole time. But then afterwards we go get some Chinese food. And my dad was parking his car, and he was like, "Oh, hold on, there's a raid right over here. You go ahead and go on and get the seat in the restaurant. I'll be right there." So he drives down the road. I wait like 10 minutes, and finally he comes back, and he's like, "Man, that was a long raid." And he goes, "There's another raid right over here. Would that be okay if I go do that?" And I like give him a look, and he's like, "That would probably be bad." And I was like, yeah. Yeah. So it's pretty interesting, though. My dad's made a lot of friends in the Pokemon area, and there was a woman at the Hot Topic in the mall that said that her marriage was saved by Pokemon Go. She was like, "I'll never knock anyone for loving that game because it saved my marriage." And I'm like, "Okay, honey."
How, though? Like, did they bond over Pokemon?
Apparently they bonded over Pokemon Go. They would go on raids together.
I was not that. I remember being in the 6th grade and being like super into Pokemon.
Yeah, I never really got into it. Mitch is super into Pokemon.
I mean, it's fun. Like, the actual video games are fun. Like, they are fun because, they got the RPG aspect of it.
Right.
And you get to level up and train your Pokemon.
Well, I'm not a big fan because I'm just like, this is just people's free ability to fight animals.
Yeah, so you gotta kind of turn that off.
I can't.
It's not...
like, even in video games, I'm constantly like, "That's me!"
Like, I mean, even
do it.
in the cartoon, like, you just have to kind of, like, take in the world that they're in, because, like, they don't die when you battle them. Like,
right.
It's like, that's kind of, like, forbidden. Like,
they just get
when they pass out, you take them to Nurse Joy at the hospital, and she's in her little pink dress, and she heals them. She's just got her little Pokemon machines.
I'm glad they don't actually kill them, because I think I would completely lose my S.
I mean, there are Pokemon that are, like, ghosts that are already dead, and they have, like, tragic backstories.
How'd they die?
Well, there are some of them, like, they're newer ones, so I don't know a whole lot about them, but, like, some of them are, like, the ghosts of dead children.
What?
Yeah, there's one that's, like, the ghost of dead children, and then there's one that's, like, pretends to be a candle, and then it, like, kills children when they get close. Yeah, some of them are really morbid. Hey,
do any of them bend over and show their eyeball butthole?
No, none of them are the Shirimi. That would be
What about the umbrella guy? It's raining, let me help you.
There are Pokemon that look kind of like that, though.
Really?
Yeah, so... I'm sure
those are folklore things from...
Yeah, we have another podcast.
Asian culture, in case you're wondering.
We have another podcast I think it's called For the Love of Mythological Creatures. Mm-hmm. It's an episode, not like a separate podcast. But, I mean, that would be a good podcast. But we talk about that. There's this creature in Asia. Well, it's not a creature, it's a folklore. It's a myth.
I'm pretty sure that it was somebody's...
It was probably a flasher.
Special child that flashes people. They're like...
They were like, "No, it was a monster!"
It was a monster!
Yeah, it's called the Shirimi, and he has an eyeball in his butthole, and he's really proud of it. He doesn't kill people, he just shows it to people.
He's like, "Check it out!
Look at it."
Here's my bunghole.
We laughed for...
from your bunghole.
I know, we laughed for a while about that.
That was so good. It makes me laugh really hard. Yeah. So you haven't played Dragon Age, correct?
I have not. I have seen Andy play it a bunch of times. He's played all of them.
I'm going to get you to play it. You're going to play it over here.
Yeah, that's going to be...
Because you will have free reign.
Yeah, we should do like a live stream or something of it.
That would be fun.
Or like start a Twitch channel as part of our production company sort of thing that we have.
I would love that.
Yeah.
I would. Yeah, I don't know. What's your favorite thing, like your favorite category to do? Like are you
games?
Are you like a rogue or...
Oh, you mean like class?
Yeah, what's your favorite class?
I tend to like fighting.
Okay, so you're like the warrior?
I like melee fighting just because, I don't know, there's something satisfying to me about chopping people's heads off. Just getting in close and doing the damage.
I dig that.
I mean, like, I can respect being a ranged or like a magical person. Like,
right.
that has its practical uses too, but like I don't know, I feel like I'm not doing any work.
Yeah.
I'm not.
On usually I'm alright with doing like archery kind of things for the most part, but on Dragon Age Inquisition it's super boring.
Yeah.
It's boring.
Well, I mean, I was the same way in Skyrim, like I was saying not too long ago before we started recording. I used the same weapon for the whole game. I got Wuthrod, which is the axe from what I forget their names. Were they companions? The
werewolves.
The werewolf clan. Yeah. I got it from their quest, and it was the strongest axe that I could find, so I just kept using it. And it was very satisfying because it chops the heads off of everyone. It's amazing. But I just used that the whole time because I like being a brute, I guess. I
like it. I like the Dark Brotherhood's weaponry. That stuff's good stuff. Like when is his name Figaro? What's his name?
Are you talking about the jester?
Yeah, what's his name?
Cicero.
Figaro.
He was my crazy boyfriend.
Oh! Did you have to murder him?
No.
What? You didn't murder him? You have to kill him in mine.
I didn't have to murder him.
What? Wow. In mine, he's like plotting things and you have to kill him.
Or, like, I forget. It's been so long since I've played that mission.
Yeah, you have to kill him.
Unless he, fakes his death and then he comes back. He survived, and he was part of my little offshoot of assassins.
What?
When you go to, what is it, the town, the wintry town in the north, where the second little...
Dawnstar?
Yeah, Dawnstar. Yeah, he was part of my little League of Assassins.
So he didn't die? He died in mine.
Maybe you made a story, like a dialogue choice that...
I don't think so, because I've played that game several times, and each time I have to kill him. Because he goes complete nutballs when he think he's talking to the mother. You remember this? Like, you're hiding in, like, the little coffin and... He didn't
die in mine.
He didn't die in yours?
No. Dang. Trust me, I remember it, because I had a lot of sex with him.
See, I had murdered him, and I stole all of his equipment, like, his, like, knives and stuff. His blades were good. He had some good blades. I'm just wondering now if he didn't actually die and he's alive.
I think maybe... fakes his death or something? Let me look it up.
How did he fake his death, though? Because I sliced him up. I think I cut his head off.
Either that or...
There was something else that somebody had their head cut off and they came back, and I was like, what? It was in a Dragon Age game. His head wasn't that got cut off.
I love him.
Cicero.
He's so crazy.
He's crazy.
He's my boyfriend.
He's not my boyfriend. No, but I totally would have dated Brynjolf. Like... I'm really sad that they don't let you. I'm gonna have to get that mod so that I can hibbity-bibbity and murder him. So that Oh, you know what is so sad about me marrying the girl that was really ill? We got married, and then she bugged out, and I never saw her again.
Yeah, that used to happen to me all the time. There was this night elf lady.
Yeah.
The one that's like in the bar across the street
dark
from
elf?
your house. What's her name? Janessa?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like she was like my main companion for a very long time.
Yeah.
And then like for some reason if you tell her to go home, she bugs out and you never see her again.
What?
In the PC version there's a way to like you can look up NPCs and you can teleport to them.
Yeah.
So I was able to do that, and I found her. She was stuck on a bush walking home. She got stuck on a bush and she just couldn't move. She was like, I live here now.
This is my spot. Come visit me. Yeah, I never found her.
Okay, so it says, after battling several spectral assassins, the Dragonborn finds Cicero wounded and babbling. The Dragonborn has the option to kill Cicero. But if they decide not to, Cicero remains at the Dawnstar Sanctuary even after Penitus Oculatus destroys the Falkreath Sanctuary. So yeah, you don't have to kill him when he's gone crazy.
Really? Mm-hmm. Even in the... What?
And so he'll live and he'll join your little assassin league we put back together.
This group right here, I'm totally going to leave him then. Like, I thought you had to kill him.
No, you don't have to kill him.
So I was always murdering him.
So he'll be part of your little assassin group.
I always liked him because he was nutballs.
Yeah, with the black guy and the little girl vampire.
She was really cute. Mm-hmm. There was another one I wanted to date on there that they didn't let me date. Who was it? It was Argonian. I really liked him. He was an assassin.
Oh, yeah, he was the Argonian assassin. It starts with a V.
Victor.
No, because he's like, he goes with you to murder that girl at her wedding, right?
Yes, he does. Mm-hmm. I really liked him. He was very non-judgmental, super sweet. Couldn't date him either. Yeah. All the ones I wanted to date, I wasn't allowed to date. And then when finally I married someone, they disappeared. I had a lot of trauma in that game.
Oh, they disappeared, and you couldn't get married again.
No, I couldn't.
Because you couldn't find them to kill them.
Exactly. I couldn't get married again, so quite literally I was stuck married to no one.
That sucks.
It was terrible. And, like, I looked online about it, and they're like, yeah, she disappears if you marry her. I was like, why? So, nobody could find her. Apparently, the game just completely bugs her out, and she's gone forever.
God, I missed that game. Like, I had so many adventures. I remember, God, what's that bald guy? He's, okay, there's that city up north. It's like wintry. And Winterhold?
Windhelm?
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's like a bar there, and there's this bald guy there that can join your party. Mm-hmm. Like, I married him.
Yeah.
First, because I don't know, I liked his personality.
Yeah.
And then, like, we went on lots of adventures together, and, you know, we were like, yeah, we're the married gays kicking ass.
We're winning
life. And then he died, like, in mid-battle. Like, we got into, there was this big, like, siege on this fortress, and we were kicking ass, and all of a sudden he dead, and I was like,
aww.
No! But see, I used a cheat to bring him back to life. But the
he
thing
was
is,
never the same again.
Exactly, no, because when you use the cheat to bring them back to life, it resets everything, and
no.
you're not married anymore. So I just kind of wrote that into my, like, little backstory that, like, I used my magic to bring him back to life, but at the cost of our marriage and his memories of me, it's just so I could let him live.
Oh,
and I was like,
beautiful.
Oh, it's so tragic and beautiful.
It's so beautiful. That gave me right in the heart.
I know. And then I would go to visit him every now and then.
It's so sad.
And he didn't know who I was.
Watch him from afar.
And he didn't know who I was. He's like, who are you?
Who are you? Would you like to trade with me?
It's really sad. Would you like to go into this dark alley and have sex?
And you're like, it's not
I
the
couldn't,
same.
though. I could, because, like, I did have the dirty minds, and I was like, I couldn't have sex with you anymore, because it's painful.
You don't remember.
You don't remember me.
Oh, it's like on Men in Black. It's what's his head? Jay.
Yeah.
Oh, because he watches his wife from afar, like on that little TV thing. Oh.
Yeah. It was really sad.
You got your fingerprints taken away.
I did.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I had, like, 20,000 other boyfriends.
But you never... That's why.
But he was the one. I know. Him. Yeah. I had commitment issues.
See, I had commitment issues on Inquisition. Mm-hmm. I really did. Because, like... So, the first time I was playing Dragon Age Inquisition, I immediately went for Iron Bull because it's Freddie Prinze Jr., and I was like, yes, sir.
I'd be like, I'm Sam Michelle Gellar.
Sam Michelle Gellar, I'm Buffy right now. So, I was pretty amused by that. And then I went through and I started trying to date Dorian, and he was completely gay. So, I was like, I'm really sad that you're completely gay because I absolutely love you, Dorian.
But you can just be a man.
Well, then I went back and I tried playing as a man to get Dorian, and Dorian was like so upset about everything, and he was just like, now that you've done me, are you leaving me? And I was like, no, baby, I love you. I love you, baby. And he leaves me in the end, and it's very sad. And then I tried dating Solus, and then I kept going back to Solus, because he has the coolest storyline, but he totally, like, he just leaves you. Like, he's like, I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. I love you, but I cannot. You don't understand.
Oh, are they just all jerks on that game?
They are all jerks on that. The only one that's not a jerk, there are two people that aren't, Iron Bull doesn't really commit to you, so you don't really have Iron Bull. Cullen will marry you in the download content. So if you get the ending of the game, he will totally marry you. And he did several times.
Yay.
But he's a recovering alcoholic, drug addict.
That's okay, because you like to fix people.
I do love fixing people. But I remember at one point you go into his little office, and he's so angry and mad that he can't take these drugs, and he's like shaking, and he throws the drugs at the wall, and it almost hits you in the face. I was like, hot! I was like, oh man, I have to fix him. So I did.
I will try.
So he's the only one that you really get a happy ending with, because if you date Cassandra, she becomes like, well, this is what happened on my game. Other people can become the, oh crap, what's it called? The mother. I don't know. It's kind of like being a priest, like not being the priest, but being the what's the head of all the priests?
The Pope?
Yeah, it's kind of like being the Pope, but being a girl Pope. I don't know. I don't remember what it's called right now. But she becomes that later on, so she can't really be with you anymore. So you get screwed over there. Then
I'm married to Jesus.
then Blackwall, he will do you, and then you'll wake up and he's gone. Mm-hmm. So you're like, where'd my man go? And he's a big liar, so you don't want to date him. So, I mean, but Sarah was kind of cool. Yeah, Sarah was pretty cool, but you find out that she dates someone else in the download content, so you don't even get to stay with her.
Rude.
So it's just the only way to have a happy ending.
Just call it Dragon Age abandonment.
Exactly. The only way to have a happy ending in that game is to date Cullen. That's it. Oh, but if you date Dorian, he leaves too. In the download content. It's like, come on, give me somebody!
That would make me sad.
It was very sad. It was very sad. And I loved Dorian. Like, I was like, Dorian, you're fantastic. But yeah. The only one that can give you a happy ending is Cullen. I didn't even get a happy ending with Alistair in the original Dragon Age. Because he died for me. And then I dated Fenris in the second one. And he just was like, I'm out of here, bye.
Men and their sales.
One time. Oh crap, what's her name? Isabella? Yeah, I win. So,
yes.
One time, I was, making friends with Isabella. We were really hanging out. We were vibing as really good friends. And one night, there's this, cutscene. And I'm in my room, and she comes over, and she's like, hey, how are you doing?
Just to interject, when you said hut scene, I just imagined Jabba the Hutt was there.
No, cutscene.
I thought you said hut scene. I was like, just Jabba's
hut
there.
Scene. But there's this cutscene where you're at home, and she comes over, and, you're just hanging out, you're having a great time. And then she goes, so, what do you think about having some girly time? And I was like, oh, we're going to do each other's nails. We're gonna put our hair up. It's going to be awesome. And I was like, sure, that sounds great. And then she, clobbers me and starts, making out with me. And I was like, I didn't know.
Not what I signed up for.
I was like, I thought we were friends. Oh, it was amazing. Oh, but then afterwards, after the girly time, she was like, I hope you don't expect us to be in a relationship. And I was like...
You were just clutching your pillow oh.
And I was like, I didn't even know we were going to be in a relationship, honey.
I didn't even know this was going to happen.
I had no idea that girly time meant doing it time. I was very naive about you.
Oh, so naive.
Well, it confused me because the entire time she's been hitting on Fenris. So I'm sitting there and I'm like... Girly time couldn't possibly mean anything other than doing my hair and nails and putting a face mask on. It was pretty good. What is it, Bernie?
He's like, what is girly time?
What's girly time mean?
Can't possibly mean that.
Bernie, it means lesbian sex. What do you think of this?
Interesting.
What do you think of that? He didn't care.
I don't care.
He didn't care at all.
I don't care.
He's like, I'm a cat. We do whatever we want. It's not even a faux pas. But yeah.
I want more games like that where I can just date people. and it'll be fun.
Go on Dragon Age, baby.
Yes.
We're going to have you come over all the time and play Dragon Age because it's a really long game, but it's so worth it. So worth it.
We still need to have you play Dream Daddy.
Oh, I want to play Dream Daddy so bad.
It's such a good game.
Somebody brought that up to me the other day, and I was like, that's the game Travis wants me to play.
What did they say?
They were like, oh, cool. And I was like, you can be a gay guy and date all kinds of dudes. And they were like, really? Do you really want to be a gay man and date all kinds of dudes? And I was like, yes, I do. I do want to be a gay man and date all kinds of dudes. Because I was a gay man on Dragon Age and he left me and I need to get vengeance for this.
Yes. And all of them are great except for one.
Is he the one you meet in a dark alley?
No. Well, I mean, him, I'll just let you know right now, do not have sex with him when you first meet him because you meet him at a bar. Oh. He's like, let's get out of here and have... He's like he's practically Dean from Supernatural, but like older.
Does he walk like a bulldog?
Kinda.
Nice.
I mean, well, it's not like a game with cutscenes. It's kind of like it's a dating sim. So it's kind of like a comic book that's interactive a little bit, sort of. I don't know. But yeah, this he's pretty much Dean at 45.
What? Oh, you mean now?
How old is he?
He's probably like 45.
He's not. He's in his 30s. Maybe he's 40. I don't know.
I think he's in his 40s now because he wasn't.
Well, he was. The show has been going on. I'm thinking of the character because this character's young. When the show started, he says he's 26 in the first episode.
I don't believe the actor was.
Well, he was probably...
I think he was in his 30s. Hold on. Jensen...
And it's been 10 years.
Yeah, exactly.
So Dean's at least 36. Well, it's been 13... It's season 13, so he's 30.
He's 39. He's 39.
So he's the same age as Dean.
Perfect.
Anyway. But this character is practically Dean because he's gruff and he wears the leather jacket and he looks like he'd smack you, but you'd like it. Like a little bit.
Pardon me.
But he asks you to have sex at the bar the first time you meet him, and if you do, then you can't have a relationship with him because like after
he doesn't respect you.
Yeah, after your third date, he's like, "Look, this is casual, and I'm gonna leave now."
Rude.
Yeah, but there's also a character that is a youth minister that is cheating on his wife with you if you have a relationship, and his wife is this. Like, she looks like she's a mean drunk, but, like, you get to know her through other people's story. Like, if you date other people. Yeah. Like, she's the other guy's friend. Yeah. And, like, you just learn that she's just really unhappy with her marriage. Aww. And she's, like, people...
Well, her husband's gay.
Well, her husband is cheating on her with men. And, people at the bar call her a slut, but, she, like, you get to walk her home one night when she's drunk, and she's like, I don't go to bed with people. I just flirt. It's really great, and all the characters are amazing, and plus like unlike any other dating game, it's called Dream Daddy for a reason because actually a big chunk of the game is you building a relationship with your daughter. Aww. So it's like more of a parenting game, and then like the gay dating stuff comes in.
What if you date the bad boy? What does your daughter think?
Well, she doesn't know about like your personal life.
Well, why not?
I mean,
would bring them all home and be like, here you go, baby.
She does, but like she's more of like a supportive daughter. She's just like, you get you some dad.
Really?
Yeah.
How old is she?
She's 18.
Oh, okay.
She's a senior.
I was picturing her being like a little kid.
No,
and then being like, get you some dad.
You're consoling her through all of the trials and tribulations of her senior year of high school.
So, okay, wait, am I going to ruin it for myself if I ask you the backstory of how he has a daughter? Is it
No, because like it's established within the first 5 seconds, and you can choose.
Oh, okay.
Like if you were married to a woman and had a kid, or if like you were gay and adopted.
I'm gonna adopt.
Yeah.
Because if I'm going gay, it's gonna be full on gay. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
That's right. Mm. That's right.
It's a really great inclusive game. Like you can choose your backstory. You can choose to be a trans man if you want.
Cool.
You can. There's a lot of options. It's a sweet game.
Can you pick what your face looks like?
Well, yeah, it's kind of limited because it's like it's kind of like one of the old Sims game where you just kind of like pick like pre-made stuff.
Yeah.
But like you get to choose like your hairstyle. And
Can I live like a pirate?
And stuff. I think so, actually. Yeah.
Yes. I want to live like a pirate.
Just be pirate dad.
I would be the best pirate.
One of the dads is a goth that dresses like a vampire all the time.
What? I'm gonna date him.
Yeah.
Because Lindsey Buckingham looks like a vampire.
No, like Lindsey Buckingham looks like one of the modern vampires, like a Spike Lost Boys type. Like I'm talking, this guy is like full on Dracula. He's just like cape and a floofy shirt, and he talks in like an old Victorian accent.
So is he a vampire?
No.
They should add that. They should make a Halloween edition.
They should.
And they could be like monsters. So you could have like Herman Monster. You could date Herman.
Mm-hmm.
You could date Gomez Adams. I would totally date Gomez Adams.
Who wouldn't date Gomez? I wouldn't date Gomez because like I don't want to ruin his relationship with Morticia, which is perfect and amazing.
Well, Morticia died.
But why? But also they're Adams, so like
she would still be
probably
around.
just like come back and be like,
yeah.
Oh, I got my greatest wish. I am a
Uncle
zombie
Knick-Knack?
now.
Sorry. I know the Addams Family movie, front to back. I know all the lines. It's the best thing in the world to me.
What about Addams Family Values?
I like that one too. It's not as good as the first one.
I don't know. I think it might be better because
What,
of,
really? Joan Cusack?
Joan Cusack, yes.
She is an amazing contribution to the show, but...
I wanted a ballerina Barbie!
That's not who I was! They had to die. So
Pastels,
good.
Debbie.
Poor Debbie. What about Debbie's want? I love Carol Kane.
So
Carol Kane makes me so happy. In real life, I'm Kimmy Schmidt. Like,
we're going to Kimmy Schmidt now?
Yeah. Out in the world, when I'm talking to humans, I'm Kimmy Schmidt. When I'm at home, I'm Carol Kane. Mm-hmm. And I'm totally good. Totally good with that.
I think it's so funny seeing her playing like this crazy old lady.
I think she is a crazy old lady. She always played somebody that was
crazy. She's always been crazy, but like in the 70s, she used to do like horror movies, and she was like this little teenager. Yeah. Because she was in the original When a Stranger Calls.
She was in Taxi too.
She was just on the phone all the time. She was like, "Oh, why are you doing?" Her eyes were huge.
And they still
why are you doing this?
I love her voice.
Her little like crazy like baby voice.
Her voice is amazing. She has like a little bit of a...
She should have done one of the voices for Skyrim.
She should have. I would have loved that. Like, it would have made me so happy. Like, I'm not even like kidding. Like, it would have made me so happy.
You just showed up and she's just like, I'm your neighbor.
I'm not a witch, I'm your wife. That's the Princess Bride.
Oh my god. What if the Hag Ravens were voiced by Carol Kane?
I would love that. I wouldn't be able to cut off their heads, though.
Don't kill me!
I won't kill you. You're too cool.
I'm not charging you rent!
Carol Kane. Man, she is one of those actresses that, like, when you watch her on TV, you know you would be her best friend. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not even kidding.
I mean, it's funny, because, like, she's... like always committing crimes.
Yes.
And she's like implying that she's murdered people.
Lillian!
And you're just like, oh, you're precious.
Yeah. I love her new boyfriend.
Oh my god, it's been a while since I've watched it. Who plays him? He's like
I cannot remember his name.
It's like an actual famous person.
Yeah, he's an actual famous person, but of course he has like a heart issue because they don't want her to be happy for too long. Like Dong, they have to get rid of him.
Oh, I love Dong.
I love him too.
Take that any way you will, but I love Dong.
Is there anyone like Dong on Big Dad? Dream Daddy? I said Big Daddy.
I mean, there is an Asian guy, but he's not like a cute little, foreign exchange.
See, I want somebody that's fun.
He's like an Asian major. So you might not like him, but he's also really precious because if you play his storyline, you get to know his kids, and you're just like, oh, he's just kind of broy because like he's trying to take care of his kids.
Oh, does he have like boys?
No, he actually has 3 daughters.
Cool.
He has a pair of twins who are like on a baseball team, and he's like a cool dad who's like coaching them. It's cute.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
That process. Mm-hmm. I want to play that game.
It's so good.
I want to play that game so bad.
It's so cute.
Is it free? Can I download it?
It's not free, but like Andy has it on Steam, so we can log into his account and download it for you.
I like this. How do you do it?
You have to download Steam.
Is it on Xbox?
It's not on Xbox. It's PC only game.
Oh, well,
But
here I'll go on Steam
like,
on here.
It's a dating sim, so it's not like it doesn't require a lot of graphics.
Is it Steam.com? Steam powered?
Steam? Steam.com, I guess. I don't know. I'm not the up to date, amazing young hip video game
people listening to
player
this. Help us.
I
found it.
It's been a long time.
I found it. I don't even have to. Oh wait, no, you do have to install Steam. I am installing Steam right now.
Well, I mean, yeah, you have to install Steam, and then like you can download games to it.
Look at me being so cool downloading Steam while I'm podcasting.
Amazing.
I'm a multitasker. So good.
It's appropriate because this one's about video games.
Exactly. Yeah, the last time my last computer that I had Steam on it, and I downloaded all the Commander Keen games, and I downloaded all the King's Quest games. Apparently a lot of K games I downloaded, and Quest for Glory. I downloaded all my 90s games in Monkey Island. I had to get them. Oh, and the Indiana Jones games. They were so good.
So Pitfall, right?
Pitfall.
You don't remember Pitfall?
I remember Pitfall, but I don't remember Pitfall.
It's basically Indiana Jones for Atari.
I vaguely remember it.
It was like basically you're just playing this jungle explorer, running and jumping across pits.
I would totally play with that. Wait, that's it? You didn't do anything else?
Well, it was Atari. That's all you could do.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, see, I was big on adventure games, so I was always like, I'm going to play on my PC, and I'm going to play these games, and I'm going to fight these people. It's going to be so cool. I loved Perils of Rosella. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much my favorite out of all the adventure games.
That's why I liked, I was actually a big Tomb Raider guy. Back in the day, I loved all the Tomb Raider games. They were fun.
I never got to play Tomb Raider.
Yeah, but no, I played all the Tomb Raider games growing up. And it was really great. You know, in the first game, she had big triangle boobs.
Who didn't?
Yeah, I know. You developed in high school and triangles just shot out of your chest. It was crazy.
It's like Madonna. Her colon boobs.
No,
they're bones.
It was a lot. It's a lot of fun. I mean, you said you've never played Tomb Raider?
I've never played Tomb Raider.
Oh my god, it's so good. Like, I mean, if you can get past like them obviously sexualizing more across the earlier games, like it's a good story.
There's not a lot of games where they're not sexualizing, so
I mean, honestly, she's not that like crazy sexy. I mean, she's got a tank top and shorts on, and it's not that bad.
I'd watch it.
You know, yeah.
And
then they have the new games, the newer games. Like she's younger, and it's more of like a survivalist thing.
Ooh, cool.
Where like she's stranded somewhere, and you just have to like whittle sticks and make them arrows, and
it's like Survivor Man.
Yeah, and like you have to like skin animals for coats if you need to.
I would totally play that game.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Like I'm not even kidding.
You'd probably be into it.
I'm gonna get that game.
And it's kind of open world because like you can go
whereas
back and forth. I mean it's like I think the newer one. There's a second one. It's set in like the tundra of Russia. Like
are there any humans or are there like bears and stuff?
Like you have to fight humans because humans are like trying to. Because for some reason like Lara Croft is always like going after an artifact that some shady organization's going after.
So she's Indiana Jones.
She is.
But she's a cool lady version.
She's a lady Indiana. She's always been that way.
Cool.
So
I like that. Well, I haven't played it, so I don't know. I like that.
I recommend them because I love them. Lara Croft is a badass.
And that's good stuff.
Yeah. There's that time that Angelina Jolie played her in the movies.
Yeah. That's usually what I always envision is Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, she's not that same Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
I think she's much cooler than Angelina, actually.
I like that. I'm going to have to watch. I'm not watch, but I'm going to play it. Mm-hmm. Because I love games that have a cool female lead. Mm-hmm. I think they're awesome.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in the new games, like in like the PlayStation 4 versions, like it's not so obvious. They're not obviously sexualizing her anymore. She's because she's younger, first of all.
Yeah.
But second of all, she's just kind of she's in long pants and she's still got a tank top on. Like she's still got her signature.
That's all right. Wear that tank top.
But
girl.
like she's beat all to hell because she's been through a lot. She's got like her arms and face are cut up, and she's just like trying to survive.
Cool.
Yeah,
I want to play it. I want to play it.
Oh, in the second one, Baba Yaga's in it.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. I know how you felt. I know how you feel about Baba Yaga. There's a whole mission, like a side mission, where like you're hallucinating and you're in Russia and Baba Yaga's there.
That is so cool.
And you're like running from her big like house with the chicken feet.
I just wanted to tell you that I'm gonna play this game as soon as possible.
You're just gonna go around the wilderness and be like, "Where's Baba Yaga?"
Have you played Quest for Glory?
I have not.
Oh, you gotta do it. There's one, Quest for Glory, where you're in Russia, and
It's where the Domovoy is.
the Domovoy's there, Baba Yaga's there. There's vampires. There's this.
They're babushkas.
I think so. There's just so much stuff there. It's awesome. You have to play it.
Living nesting dolls.
You have to play it. I'm not even kidding. There's this older woman, like, I think she's, like, in her 70s or something. Mm-hmm. And she, like, hits on your main character like nobody's business. And you have the ability to hit back on her. And I always do because she's lonely, so... I want to make her feel wanted.
I'm just gonna give you some attention, Blanche.
Exactly. She's like, hey, honey, looking good in them Dockers. And I'm like, you too, sugar.
Sensual southern lady.
She makes pies. She does.
What kind of pies, though? Because that could be the deal breaker.
I don't remember. Pumpkin?
I mean, that's fine.
I don't know. Pies?
I don't know. I'm scared of meat pies.
It's not meat pies. I don't know what kind of meat's in a meat pie. I feel like it's like human flesh.
Like Sweeney Todd.
Yeah, just like it.
The West Pies in London. The native priest.
What was that play that we did a song on? Jekyll and Hyde.
Yes.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
We were so good at that.
We were good, but like...
They actually... Mr. Bunny said that... Not Mr. Bunny. Mr. Teacher, man.
Please, he's not going to listen to this.
He's not going to listen.
He doesn't support us.
Our teacher at that time said that all of the people that auditioned with that song could do it. And we didn't do it.
Because...
I don't know why we didn't do it.
Because there were 2 other groups that were more favorited than us that did it.
No, we were supposed to too. I don't know why we didn't do it.
I don't know.
I always wondered that. Like, it didn't dawn on me till like afterwards that we were supposed to do it too, because he said everyone got to do it that auditioned. Mm-hmm. And I was like, why didn't we do it?
It's fine. I get to be the lead guy in that anyway. So.
I was super stoked for you.
Yeah.
It was. I got to walk around on stage like a spider.
It was so much fun.
I love doing spooky stuff. We should hold something like that, like a ghoulish cabaret.
We should.
Do you want to?
Actually, you know what? I was just thinking about that the other night because, like, I've been binging Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. I'm just like, I want to perform these songs, and like now that I'm an adult, we should do like an adult musical theater like thing.
I would love it. I know somebody that has a theater in Kentucky that we can go to and do one. Like a ghoulish cabaret thing or just a cabaret in general.
Oh.
Yeah, I know somebody that would let us, which would be amazing.
Exclusive! You're hearing the birth of ideas on our podcast.
Exactly.
About video games and not about cabarets.
Not about cabarets, but now we're going to do a cabaret. So, yeah, let's do it. I am 100% for that.
I am too, actually. Like, I'm starting to memorize, there's a song on Crazy Ex-Girlfriend that she sings about having sex with Greg.
Oh.
Called Oh My God, I Think I Like You.
I remember that one.
I want to perform this song. I might change
that would
some
actually be really good for you.
I might change some of the lines just to gender flip it, but that's it. Like,
I think you'd be really good at that one. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, you would. Let's do it.
I want to do it.
All right, we have to turn off this
totally
podcast now because we have to go talk about this.
Yeah. Well, we talked a lot about video games.
Yeah.
I can talk more about video games.
I can too.
There's a bunch that I haven't touched on that I really do like and would love to talk about.
Yeah. I definitely want to talk about the Telltale Heart games.
I want to talk about
Heart.
my favorite RPGs from the 90s. Chrono Cross and
Okay.
the Final Fantasy series. And then Castlevania.
We're going to talk about all of those.
So we'll probably do a part 2.
We're going to talk about all the Disney video games I played too.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the shitty Star Wars game I played when I was
nice.
12, when the Phantom Menace came out.
The Harry Potter games.
There was actually a Harry Potter game that I played for Game Boy that was really good because it was a Harry Potter RPG, and I was like,
I know, I did that too. It's probably the same game, just one for the Game Boy.
Yeah. But, like, no, there was a Star Wars game that I played, and I quit it frustratingly because there was one level where you had to keep fucking Amidala alive, and she's just running around.
She's just waiting for somebody to kill her.
She's
like, come get me!
Fucking droid soldiers, like, shooting at her, and she's just like, oh my god! And, like, she dies so easy, and I'm just like, I can't. So I quit. I never finished that game.
Hate her.
It was awful.
Yeah, it's just like the movie.
Just like those prequels.
I burped. Excuse me, everyone. All right, guys. Well, we're going to get off here, and we're going to talk about cabarets. Whoop, 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 whoop,
Yeah, because we had an idea in the middle of our podcast, and
we're going to roll with it.
Talk about it, and it's going to be great.
So if you liked what you heard, please go on to our pages, like our stuff. Please rate us. Tell us that you like us. Come, talk to us. We enjoy talking to you.
We do. Some more than others. But yeah.
No mansplaining.
I'm not mansplaining.
No, I'm not talking about you.
Yeah.
No
comment.
No comment. We don't need to add anything else. But thanks, guys. Visit our stuff. We're all over the place. iTunes, Google Play, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening.
Goodbye.
Bye.